spirit of unity and shared responsibility is the bedrock upon which sustainable inclusive development is built. As a Member of Parliament for Harare East Constituency, Ward 18 is not only my responsibility, it is one that is deeply dear to me. Its growth, development, and the well-being of its residents remain matters I hold in the highest regard. It is therefore particularly encouraging to witness initiatives that promote community empowerment, strengthen local enterprise, and foster active citizen participation in development processes. The association partnership with the City of Harare in improving service delivery is a shining example of effective collaboration in action. These efforts have translated into tangible, impactful outcomes within the community. The complete renovation of the Borrowdale Primary Care Clinic, the establishment of the Waste Separation Center, the construction of the bus stop, the bus terminal at the Lensview Business Center, all speaks to the community that is organized, forward thinking, and committed to improving the livelihoods of the citizenry. Equally commendable is the proactive monitoring of illegal developments and the decisive action taken when necessary. This reflects a proactive and vigilant approach to safeguarding the character and integrity of the community whilst ensuring that development remains aligned with the collective interests of the residents. In addition, the association's role in championing environmental protection and sound management initiatives is both timely and essential. These efforts contribute meaningfully to the broader national and global environmental goals, including sustainable waste management, climate resilience, and the preservation of our natural ecosystem. These initiatives resonate strongly with government's Vision 2030 agenda, which seeks to attain an upper middle income society through inclusive growth, environmental sustainability, and community-driven development. Indeed, empowered communities such as Ward 18 are central to the realization of the national vision, that is Vision 2030. In my broader capacity within the Ministry of Human Affairs, Community, Small and Medium Enterprise Development, we continue to champion efforts that advance communities and promote vibrant and thriving enterprises. We also recognize that organized and environmentally conscious communities are powerful drivers of national progress. I therefore commend you all for your dedication and collective effort. Let this remarkable work serve as an inspiration across Zimbabwe that development is most effective when it is inclusive, participatory, and anchored in shared responsibility. It is this very progress, momentum, and collective spirit that I look forward to seeing continue to flourish across Ward 18. I really want to thank you from the bottom of my heart, residents of Ward 18, for taking it upon yourselves to build and develop your own communities. You've been doing extremely well. It's something that ought to be done by local authorities. They've got the responsibility of making sure that you've got water on your taps, refuse is being collected, and they're actually providing all the essential services that they're supposed to provide through rentals that you actually pay to them. Unfortunately, possibly due to financial constraints, maybe possibly the economic situation, they've been struggling. But you have taken it upon yourselves as residents to say, this is our own neighborhood. This is our community. We ought to develop it ourselves. You came together and you've been exchanging ideas, and collectively, you've been doing so well to develop and maintain the neighborhood. Currently, as we speak, Ward 18 is one of the cleanest, one of the smartest. You're always making initiatives, and I really want to thank you as your member of parliament for the work that you're actually doing collectively as a team. We can build and develop Zimbabwe on our own. We can make things happen on our own. When we've actually realized that authorities that have actually been given the mandate have actually failed, it's incumbent upon us to actually take it, within ourselves, to actually say, well, we can't then just maybe possibly live in such a disorganized environment. We have to actually then take the onus and do what is right to make sure that the environment that we live in is actually clean, it's smart, it's conducive, and at the same time, it provides for that which we actually yearn for, and it provides for that which we actually then, which actually takes us to the next level of life. I really want to thank you. That's the very reason why I actually came, just to thank you as residents of Ward 18. You are always making initiatives, and you are always collaborating, making sure that you work together, you make things happen together, and we are here today. You could have actually been doing something else better at your homes, but you felt it was actually very important to actually come and discuss developmental, community developmental issues, such that we exchange ideas and we make things happen for ourselves, for our future, for our families, and for the future generation. So I really want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. And those are just a few words that I just came to share with you. I thank you.
To residents for 2026, reflecting on the year 2025. As we have reached the dusk of the year 2025 and the dawn of the year 2026, it is important for us to reflect on the last 12 months and to recognize the aspects that have shaped the positive and negative development of our Ward 18 community. Universally, community development is driven and benchmarked by the 17 Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs, that should ensure that people experience good livelihoods in a good world, while at the same time remaining cognizant of the fact that we share this world with the future. It is the role and mandate of the current benefactors of the world to leave it as they found it or in a better state than they found it. Anything less is an indicator of failure that none of us cannot be exempted or exonerated from. I will therefore focus my approach to my 2025-2026 AGM address on sensitizing residents around some key drivers of our daily lives in the communities we live in. They will be juxtaposed with historical facts as a report and feedback, as well as futuristic aspirations that spell out the BRRA's vision. My approach to community development has always been premised on the global principle of PESTEL, P-E-S-T-E-L. These acronyms define the major drivers, pain points, and realities we experience daily. These are the political, economic, social, technological, environmental, and legal dimensions of society. The BRRA remains an apolitical entity. We do not and will not be inclined to or influence residents towards political orientation or affiliation. We do, however, realize that it is important to coexist with the political authorities and enjoy relations that uphold our well-being as citizens and residents. We are cognizant of the three tiers of government that are central government, provincial, and local government, enunciated in the national development strategies, bearing direct impact on our communities. All these institutions and the policies they propagate exist primarily for the purpose of service delivery and to create conditions as well as environments for us to thrive. Most proximate to us are the councillor and the member of parliament, from whom we have always sought direct involvement and participation in activities and interventions that enhance service delivery. These individuals are not our foes, but are mandated to protect our interests by escalating our concerns and expectations to the Council and to the House of Assembly in 2026. We are looking forward to fully benefit from the defined roles of our political leaders through robust engagements and demands. I must acknowledge the positive responses we have received from the highest office in the land, the Office of the President and Cabinet, whenever we resorted to it for assistance. Ward 18 is fast becoming an economic hub of the city of Harare. Some among the biggest corporates in the country have domiciled in our backyards, while there is a fast-growing industry in the Pomona area. It is wonderful to see our ward becoming an investment magnet. We anticipate the benefits of their presence cascading down to our communities through enhanced commercial activity, employment of locals, and through corporate social responsibility. Our vision for organized and regulated informal markets is still alive. In 2026, we shall be crystallizing our partnership arrangements with the city of Harare and government departments to ensure that our coexistence with small to medium enterprises suits the status of our neighborhoods, as all commercial activities are confined to designated spaces within the ward. On the social front, we have conspicuous gaps in the health and recreational areas. The BRRA's endeavors in intervention are evident in the renovations that were done at the Borrowdale Clinic as part of our 2024 community projects. We have also embraced the City of Harare Community Health Equity Fund initiative. I had the privilege of attending the launch of the program at Hopley in November of 2025, and indeed, it is a worthwhile agenda to pursue in our community. With the wealth of expertise, experience, and exposure in this ward, the model could transform the Borrowdale Clinic into a modern medical facility that caters for most, if not all, of our health needs at affordable rates. In conjunction with the City Health Department and with the maximum participation of residents, we shall continue to unpack the initiative for its successful implementation. After the handover to the community of the city of Harare of our completed 2024 projects that included the completely renovated local clinic, a waste separation center and bus stop, commuter shelter, and manicured garden, we have also embarked on an ambitious plan to establish recreational infrastructure in the ward. Evidently, the entire ward has no public facilities reserved for such purposes. The existing ones are privately owned, and the general public have no access to them except by paying membership subscriptions that many cannot afford. This leaves most residents, especially the young and aged, with no place to exercise, exhibit sporting agility, or just to socialize, exposing them to inordinate practices such as drug and substance abuse. We have identified a suitable piece of land and submitted relevant applications to the City Valuations Department. We shall be vehemently advancing this agenda in 2026. Such initiatives weigh positively on our campaign for devolution and decentralization. We would want to see most or part of the revenue collected from our ward spended in the development of the ward. Apart from these, we would want to see other social facets and rights such as water, roads, street lighting, and many others provided and installed within Ward 18. Christmas Day and preceding days went without power in many parts of the ward. In more than 3 decades of residency, I've never gone through Christmas without power. It was the bleakest Christmas. This and other issues are sufficient justification of the necessity of technological advancement, especially in renewable energy technologies. We have engaged Zimbabwe Electricity Supply Authority Holdings Company and its subsidiary companies, the ZETDC and the ZPC, in order to ensure an energy sufficient ward with minimal to no power interruptions. We need additional power sources, and with the opening up of the electricity sector, we have pioneered the advanced net metering, and our teams are working frantically with the power utility personnel at the highest order to facilitate access by all residents to the modern power solution technologies. Of major concern to us is the rise of crime in the ward. The use of human-based security and analog systems should be heavily supplemented by digital security technology. Most power outages in 2025 were attributed to electricity, infrastructure theft, and vandalism. It is about time we become more proactive in the processes of the prevention and elimination of crime. Security determines the values of our properties and the community at large. Let 2026 be the year we declare Ward 18 a crime-free zone through the use of modern technologies. In my 2024 year-end message, I alluded to the various environmental threats and challenges we were facing and were likely to encounter in the year 2025. As sure as the sun rises from the east and sets in the west, the year began with a disturbing invasion of one of our flays in Quinington. We fearlessly resisted this action and in the process conjured the intervention of government offices and their subsidiary agencies. The war is far from over, as there are numerous and wanton infractions in other ecologically sensitive spaces throughout our ward. The underground water crisis we are facing is closely related to these infractions. Unless and until we deal with them decisively and exhaustively, we are heading towards an unprecedented catastrophe which is going to significantly affect our livelihoods. We continue to engage the local authority, the Environmental Management Agency, the City of Harare, sub-catchment councils, and government at large, and other stakeholders in our attempts to address the worrying scourge against the environment. We have, in the year 2025, and more than ever before, put our legal arsenal to test in order to protect the interest of residents. We have not hesitated to involve the courts in ascertaining that certain of the rights of residents are not infringed upon. We have unreservedly interrogated the conduct of the City Council through our court processes. On several occasions, the Council has been found wanting, and we shall continue to relentlessly pursue through the justice system other issues we have registered with the local authority should they not respond within the specified time. The legal route is our constitutional right. I wish to express my sincere gratitude to the wonderful community of Ward 18. You are wonderful, beautiful people, and I would want to give you a round of applause. The footprint of the BRRA is growing, and the residents have been phenomenal, supporting us all the way by paying annual subscriptions and other means that include moral support and encouragement. To the BRRA executive, priceless people. Your tireless efforts for making our community a better place are recognized and appreciated. Our councillor, Councillor Rufaro Matsika, the regional manager, Faith Raradza, and district office staff led by Liaka Tivu have shown tremendous zeal to work with residents even when they are resource constrained. This leaves me to wish you all a fruitful 2026. This is where our year ends. We are like the Chinese. Our year ends here and the new one begins. This leads me to wish you all a fruitful 2026 in which you and your families shall thrive, prosper, and be in good health always. May your footsteps be guided by the Lord as we build a formidable and admirable community.